All right, let's get into this segment or this panel. A social universe, it's the people you meet and the bonds you form that truly bring the verse to life. Dive into how we're evolving social features to maximize your adventures, from personal one-on-one interactions to massive gatherings with hundreds and even thousands of players. So I've already said, like, I hope it's org tools, right? I think, though, unfortunately, it's going to be less about org tools and more about the update to the communications platforms that we have in-game. It could also indicate a connection of Spectrum out of game to Spectrum in game, because we're supposed to have the ability to access Spectrum in game as well. The Spectrum is the in-law method of communication. So with the upcoming server meshing that we're getting in 4.0, I haven't done the playtest, so I don't know what the social features are like. I don't know if they did anything with the global chats or anything like that. But I look at global chat and the current way that it's structured, I don't see how it can scale to be able to handle, as Doug's pointed out, 1,000-player servers. Shard base, yes, but you still want the ability to chat to players across shards as well. Right. And this is something that I think COG may take inspiration from EVE Online when it comes to chat, where you've got the different levels of chat. So you got your system-wide chat, and then you've got your planetary-based chat and things like that. Org VoIP, oh god. Yeah, I think they're going to be talking about server meshing, connecting players together, the chat, and how they're going to evolve that. I hope they set it up kind of like a radio-based system where you can subscribe to different frequencies. So you can have like your global frequency or your system frequency that everybody can tune into. The non-SC public would go wild if it's only chat tools. Yeah, I don't know about that. Integrate Spectrum similar to Life Invader and GTA roleplay. Yeah, well that's the plan. They've always planned on doing it. 2 hours and 45 minutes. No, it's only an hour and 45 minutes long. It goes from 1 PM to 2:45 PM. So it's only an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, I imagine that this is only going to be like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Like they can, depending on how they structured the panel as well. Like if they have different speakers at different times talking about topics that fit under the umbrella, so they could break it up into like 3 30-minute segments where you have a different person speaking at each time and they just stagger the breaks between the people. That said, I don't think COG is going to be that organized with it. But like talking about the social universe again, there's plenty of things that we need to be able to do, right? We need to be able to form parties, launch into game, and so that we're together. We need to be able to communicate with each other. We need to be able to communicate with people outside of our party. So I think org-based tools may be a segment of it. I think what they'd end up talking about is like they'd have a segment dedicated to how they're going to evolve chat in-game. A segment that would be about org-based tools. So organization banks, I think, would be a big one. If they talk about that, that would be massive. Org hangars even, so you can send a ship to an org hangar and have org mates be allowed to use that org ship. Because it says evolving social features to maximize your adventures. So we could be looking at permission systems, as Fran's pointing out there. They've already worked on the stuff for resource management and being able to do presets of power management, being able to delegate what panels can actually access what information. That's already in to a certain degree. Multiplayer missions. In what way, devs? Like what way are you thinking about multiplayer missions? Are you talking about missions where you have to have several people accept the mission before you can even start it, instead of just one person accept it and then share it amongst their party? Or are you talking about like player activated like Jump Town, for example, where a group of players can just go ahead and activate Jump Town and then it generates a mission around that? You can only take the mission if you have X people in your party. Yeah, that could work. I reckon comms are going to be involved. I'm hoping that it's org-based tools. So org tools to me is like org banks, org hangars, and then org communication platforms. So chat channels, VoIP channels, potentially the integration of Spectrum into the game. Org bases, maybe. Well, what is it? The permission system. So permission system so that you can delegate who can do what on a ship, or who has access to what on a ship. Then permissions based on what you can access in org banks. Well, actually, no, that would be implied. You wouldn't be able to introduce a thing like org banks without having a permission system present so that you could delegate, okay, people of this rank means that you can access this sort of thing. Which means that we actually may see org 2.0 if they talk about something like org banks, right? Spectrum as an instance of guilds with in-game integration. If CIG managed to make the comm system instasis and reliable enough, still don't think we'd see people utilizing it, like the voice chat and things like that, to the same level degree of what we use Discord, purely because people will be out of the game, unless CIG upgrades Spectrum to also behave like a Guilded / Discord clone, which I highly doubt they'll do. I don't know, like, VoIP can be structured in a way that proximity comms doesn't go out. Holy shit, Nelson cracked it. Soul Singer is the, oh my god. Soul Singer is like, CIG's bloody crack it, Discord / Guilded. We've cracked it, guys. I think it's safe to say, a lot of us are in agreement that it's got something to do with the chat. That's been updated. Org tools potentially, maybe something to do with missions.